Hello and welcome to another vlog. Frankly, I don't have a particular goal in mind when it comes to this. All I knew was that I did not know what to film this week, whether it should be a scripted video or a vlog video, and I just asked my friends on Instagram what they would want to see, and they unanimously, at least when I checked it, which was about like after an hour or so, everyone was saying vlogs. So here we go. We're gonna do another vlog, so I'll give you a little update as to how I've been. So gosh, quite a few videos ago I had made like a little plan, like glow up phase 1 and my intentions on what I wanted to do for a 3-month period, and it was pretty simple. All I really had to do was focus on 3 things for 30 minutes. So far, not working out well. Not that it's not working out at all, but it's just not, I just haven't found the rhythm. So I was chatting about this with a friend of mine, and she had mentioned this word rhythm, which I've loved for a while now, and it's definitely how I feel. It's not so much that I want to find a routine in particular, but just having a rhythm of daily life or weekly life that helps you like go forward on what you want to do, I think sounds a lot better than being like, I need to stick to a particular routine. So maybe this will be the vlog for this week, is trying to find a rhythm. So recently I have been, well actually for a while now, it feels like maybe like a month and a half or so, I've been pretty consistent in working out. So I typically work out about 5 days a week for 30 minutes. And then if I happen to have missed a day or something like that because I haven't been like had the time, like I worked really late and by the time I got home I was really tired, or different things like that, I might double up, but I don't work out more than like an hour a day. So it typically breaks down into the equivalent of 30 minutes every day, 5 days a week. That makes sense? I think you get it. And then as far as reading, I've been getting back into reading more so, especially after my last readathon, which I filmed. And since then I completed 2 books. I completed Heartbones by Colleen Hoover, and I also completed Air of Fire. I'm now about 30% through Queen of Shadows, which is the next book in the Throne of Glass series. And then I actually started another book, which is the second in like a trilogy slash like companion series. So the first book was Get a Life, Chloe Brown, which I read earlier this year. So I'm reading the second book now because I borrowed the audiobook from the library, and it's due in a couple days. So I'm going to try to listen to as much of that as possible so I don't have to renew it, because I think I had to wait on that one and I don't want to have anyone else wait any longer than they need to. So I want to knock that out, but I've also been like physically reading another book called The Stand-In, which is really fun. Like I'm really liking that one. I wanted to read it yesterday, but I didn't get around to it because like my eyes were just so tired from work. So, and also I was just not having good like eye day. Like I woke up, my eyes were like super, well this eye was like super red, and then am I in focus? I don't even know. And then like my contacts, it just wasn't a day. It wasn't a day for my eyeballs. So I didn't read anything. I listened to audiobooks though. So I've been good with that. The thing that I've been having trouble with is sitting down to actually study Korean, like just sit down and crack open a book and do a lesson. That is my struggle. And today I have my Korean class, and it's interesting because I notice when I'm consistent, even I'm telling you as little as like 30 minutes just of intentional study, like it makes such a difference during my classes, where a lot of times now we're not doing strictly like this week we're doing this lesson, this next week we're doing that other lesson. We are doing a lot of like free talking, like open dialogue and stuff. And the days that I study, like I can actually speak a lot easier than I can when I'm not. So I'm like kind of nervous for today's class, but I always have the best time. And also I have not actually been exercising this week really, because literally out of nowhere, like I woke up I think on like Thursday or something like that, and my knees just did not feel good. Like they just felt off. and my right knee more so than my left knee. So I've just been resting. I mean, I walk around, I do whatever I need to do, and it doesn't hurt as much as it feels like weird and uncomfortable. So I don't want to hurt my knees, especially in light of, like, you know, my dad, he actually recently had knee surgery, and he's had knee surgery before, but I'm like, I don't want to get to that place, you know, if I don't have to. So my left knee is feeling a lot better, a lot more normal. My right knee, I still feel weird when I go up and down the stairs, like kind of like it's not sitting right. So I don't know if that just goes away by itself, or maybe I have to go to the chiropractor and ask them to like look at it, you know, maybe do some adjustments so that it's lining up properly. But I do have an appointment next week, so I think I'll address it then if it doesn't go away. So I haven't been exercising the way I want to, just because I don't want to hurt it, but I do want to do some kind of exercise. So I think today, after my Korean class, I'm going to, oh, after or before? No, my class is at 6. That's in like an hour. Okay, I'm not gonna get sweaty before my class. I think I'm gonna do like an upper body workout and stuff, and maybe some abs like that. I don't have to jump around and do things like that, just to get something in, because I like actually miss it, which is crazy because I never was that person. But anyways, I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't know how chatty this video is going to be. But today I had done some laundry. I still have more laundry to take care of. But I'm just waiting on it, you know what I mean? And then what else did I do? Also, some of you guys may or may not know this, but I had studied to do a oh my gosh, how do you say it? Like teaching English as a foreign language teacher. So like I studied to do that at the very end of last year, and I have to do, or had to do like a practical for that. So I had to teach a student, or like do observation hours. Like there was a combination of things that I had to do, but I finally like finished it all. I submitted everything today, which I'm so happy about. It might take up to a month before I get anything back. I mean, it might be quicker, obviously, but like it could take up to a month. So now I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do and what next steps I want to go through. But I'm really excited about that, because that was like something really cool for me to learn, because especially in light of the fact that I really enjoy learning Korean now, and I just see how learning another language can be so much fun, and since I'm a native English speaker, it just makes more sense that I teach English rather than anything else. So yeah, that's like kind of down the pipeline, and seeing what's going to happen from that. But I'm very happy for finally submitting it. It's like a weight off my shoulders for sure. I was gonna say for real and for sure at the same time. That came out weird. But yeah, so I probably should try to prepare for my class a little bit. We're actually gonna be talking about a show that I've been watching, which is called Racket Boys, and it is so good. It's on Netflix. Highly recommend if you're into, like, I can't say just K-dramas, but just genuinely like good shows. It's genuinely a good show. And yeah, so I probably can think of like some, maybe write down some vocabulary and stuff like that that I can use to describe the show, because I'm not finished. I'm almost done. I think I have like 2 more episodes left. I'm like savoring it because I like it so much that I don't want it to end, but there's only like 16 episodes, so yeah. Okay, so let me do that and see where we go from there, because I have about, maybe I can do it for like 20 or 30 minutes, then I'll have my class, and then we'll continue from there, because it's late in the day. It's about 5, and I'm just getting this video started now. But yeah, I don't know what that Superman pose was, but I'll see you in the next section. She didn't miss a flight. Oh my gosh. How is it that I'm forgetting like what happened in the show? Like I remember the show on a whole, but like I watched them in so many chunks at a time. I'm like, what happened? Like in what order? Like I don't even know what order things happened in. Okay, so I put national tournament. The translation is 아니, 아니에요, 왜요? It's like it's just as confused as me. Okay, let's try that again. National tournament. That is hilarious. It's like it's like the translator was like having crisis. Okay. Ani? Ani? Well, I'm gonna screenshot this. This is hilarious. Oh my gosh. That is too much. Why is it translating like that? That is like the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. 정말 귀여워요. 좋아요. 저는 그런 친구 한 명밖에 없어요. 그런데 그때는 친구 안 했어요. 아는 사람만 이었어요. 그런데 oh my gosh, high school? 고등학교에 친구 시작했어요. I just finished my Korean class. Oh my gosh, it's always so much fun, no matter how terrible I am. I wasn't that bad today, but it was a lot of listening practice and pronunciation correction and things like that. So I'm very grateful about that, considering that was something that I was worried about. Now that I'm finished that, my room is in a sort of a state right now because I had to move things around, because typically my desk does not face this way. It's like flipped around and facing that wall. So I need to fix that. But before I do, I'm actually going to, should I eat dinner before or after I go to Publix? Okay, so I'm gonna go to Publix and then see if they have anything that I want to eat, because I need to pick up something for my mom anyway. She wants some milk, so I'm gonna pick up some milk for her, and then have dinner, and then clean up my room, and then figure out what else is going on with my life. And yes, all right, here we go. I am finished with my dinner, and I am also drinking, it's over there, I'll show you. I'm drinking kombucha, which is like my new like treat drink, since I'm not really having any added sugar or anything like that recently. So this one doesn't have any added sugar, but it's still sweet and it's bubbly. So it's kind of like my soda, but since it's kombucha, it's like good for your tummy or something like that. Yeah, it's like a probiotic. So I'm having that, particularly the strawberry serenity. My favorite is their guava something or other. I don't remember the actual name of it, but it's so good. And now I am just watching reaction videos. And I go through like phases where I really like watching reaction videos and phases where I don't. And honestly, it's hard for me to find one that I like, because a lot of the people who do reaction videos, at least the ones that I find, they curse a lot. And I don't particularly like excessive cursing. So I found a couple people. I watched one person earlier today, like all the videos that I was interested in, and then I found this other guy, and he doesn't really curse as much either. So I'm enjoying that. So I'll show you real quick. Okay, so I apologize for the flickering. It's just because the brightness of the LCD TV thing. So that is his username here. But yeah, his reactions are really fun. So I've just been watching those. Yeah, so basically I like watching reactions to groups that I already know and like. Although I probably should do reactions to or watch reactions to things that I don't necessarily know of, or don't know well, like groups and things like that. Just so it feels like I'm watching it for the first time with somebody. And I low-key though, I kind of want to make one, like make a reaction video. Oh, there's so many videos that I want to make, guys. Like, I just don't know if I have the capacity or if people will be like, this girl is so inconsistent with what she's doing. Like, one day she's making reactions, the other day she's making vlogs, the next day she's making, I don't know, a cooking video. I don't know. So, I don't really know, but these are fun to watch. So I'm gonna watch a little bit and unwind for the day, because I don't really have much else to do at this point, for like, at least not that I can do in its entirety tonight, before I go to bed. I think in the evening, when I properly like wind down in bed, I will continue listening to the audiobook. I think I mentioned this before. Take a Hint, Danny Brown. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Yeah, so I'm not that far into it, and it's due, sorry, I'm not out of focus. Okay. So I'm not that far into it, but it's due in 2 days. So I'm gonna try to listen to as much as I can tonight as I unwind and I play my little game that I always do before I go to bed. And yeah, so that's my evening so far. And then I may or may not catch you tonight. So I'll probably catch you tomorrow. Bye. Hello guys, it is a Wednesday evening. We're coming close to 9 p.m. and I'm only just finally winding down from work. We had a really long day today. Thankfully I'm home. I had dinner and I'm like in that torn in between space of, do I want to just go straight to bed, or do I want to like watch a show and unwind in some way? Because I'm not gonna lie, today was kind of stressful, but thankfully I had a good team that I was working with, so even under the circumstances I think we did a pretty good job. But yeah, it was one of those days. So I mean, I don't really have anything interesting to update you on today in particular, but I just want to check in for sure. Tomorrow hopefully will be much more interesting in a good way, in a positive way, just a better day in general. And yeah, so I'm just going to figure my life out as far as how I want to unwind. I do have a few shows that I've been watching. I've been trying not to watch multiple shows, but since so many of the shows that I watch now are like mostly Korean shows, or shows that I need subtitling on, I am now having like one show that's in the background, like of my rotation, I mean, that is an English speaking one for the days that I don't want to sit and like just read on the screen. Yeah, gosh, if reading subtitles on shows was equal to like books, I would have, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine how many books I would have read. Oh my gosh. That's where my brain is at, guys. That is where my brain is at. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow. We are back in the car, and I didn't get anything in the end at Barnes & Noble. I walked around after looking for some ESL books. I couldn't find anything that was like appealing. Like, they all just seem so boring, which is terrible. So I'm gonna look online some more to see if I can find anything that seems a little bit more interesting. Like, it's not just words, that there's like pictures and things like that in them too. We'll just have to do some more research on a good book or program that I could get for teaching ESL, and then just kind of move from there. We are back home now and I have changed, and I'm gonna work out because frankly, I'm feeling so tired and so hungry today. I don't know what it is. The weather is kind of changing a little bit. It's hot, but I think it's getting overcast now. And I think it's just after having a few like stressful days in a row that now I'm like, okay, my body just needs some kind of like physical release to like release the tension and the pent up frustration. So we're gonna do that in a healthy way today. We're going to exercise. So I'm going to be using the same plan that I've been using for a while. And let me get it out now. I have it in my little bindery thing, but it is just a weight training program that I have. But I'm not going to do anything new until like I feel like my knee is better. So I'm going to do an upper body workout just from like the earlier week. So I might just do from the first week. Yeah, I might just do the first week all over again, but just do the weights that I'm doing now, which are heavier. So I think I'm going to do that. Pop on some music videos, and I'm so annoyed because I really want to jump rope, but obviously if my knees aren't feeling good and walking around is kind of frustrating, then I don't want to, you know, hurt my knees anymore. So okay, we're gonna get out this frustration. I don't know why I'm feeling so frustrated right now, so we're gonna do this in a healthy way like I said, and let's get to working out. I don't know what time it is, but honestly, I've been feeling a little bit stressed the past couple of days, which I think I mentioned in the last clip. And after working out, physically I'm feeling a lot better, a lot less tense. But you know, when I feel stressed, something that I really like to do is sing. So I'm going to be doing some karaoke. So I figured that'd be a fun way to de-stress for a little bit before I edit the vlog. I also, one of the reasons for my stress is my external hard drive is just not reading on my computer. It reads on the other computers in the house, but I can't edit on those computers. So I'm transferring footage and everything. I transferred the graphics so that I don't have to remake things all from scratch because I'm not trying to do that. So as like I'm downloading stuff and transferring things over and everything, I am just going to sing my little heart out since people are still awake, and I won't be disturbing anybody. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy some karaoke now. Look into my eyes, you will see what you mean to me. Search your heart, search your soul, and when you find me there, you'll search no more. Don't tell me it's not worth trying for. You can't tell me it's not worth dying for. You know it's true. Everything I do it for you. It's always times like these when I think of you, and I wonder if you ever think of me. 'Cause everything's so wrong and don't belong, living in your precious memory. Can't you tell within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tide? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes it bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. You'll be my vacation away from this place. You know what I want. Holding that cup that's pouring over the sides makes me wanna spread my arms and fly. Oh, cherry, your golden waves are walking down upon this face. Oh, chariot, I'm singing out loud to guide me. Give me your strength, give me your strength. And she don't wanna go outside tonight. And in a pipe she flies to the motherland, sells up to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly. An angel will die covered in white, closed-eyed and hoping for a better life. This time we'll fade out tonight, straight down the line. I'll get it if you need it. I'll search if you don't see it. You're thirsty, I'll be rain. You get hurt, I'll take your pain. I know you don't believe it, but I said it and I still mean it. When you heard what I told you, when you get worried, I'll be a soldier. So we've reached the end of the video. I'm actually in the middle of editing this guy right now, and right now it is ridiculously long, so hopefully I can cut it down, but we will see. I do talk a lot, and I feel like I just want this to be kind of a raw vlog. That's kind of hard to say, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for sticking around with me today, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Bye!